Brutality and cunning equals winning.
In Death Pass, at the foothills of Black Crag, Gorbad plans his next mighty war to unleash upon the world in a wave of carnage and destruction. So he actually starts off down over here. Gorbad Ironclaw is infamous even among other orc war bosses, rising to fame leading his tribe on countless successful wars in his time. It was also he who first built Iron Rock, one of the most redoubtable orc fortresses in the old world. Conquering Greenskin tribes was never a real challenge for him either. It was his many, many horrific deeds in the Empire that saw him elevated to legendary status among his own kind. The name of Gorbad Ironclaw becoming an inspiration and a byword for invasions done proper. Gorbad is immensely strong, even for an orc. Despite his obvious brawn, he's known to win battles by using his head as well, fielding goblins to effectively attack flanks or screen other troop movements, and deploying mass archers, war machine batteries, and other tactical advancements too. In short, Gorbad Ironclaw always drives whichever ragtag greenskin host he is commanding, whether orcs or goblins they be, to do their utmost in the battle ahead. So Gorbad starts off with some orc biggins, orc boys, orc boys, orc bull boys, squig herds, and a goblin bolt thrower. Has access to the plan, allowing unique and powerful tactics to be applied by your armies. Improved rewards from successfully completing a war. Income from raising settlements increased by 15% for all armies, and global recruitment duration is reduced by 1 turn, minimum of 1 faction-wide. His Lord effects. Minus 10% upkeep for all units in his army. Leadership aura size increased by 100%. He has Orcs are the best. Base weapon damage, armor piercing weapon damage, and melee attack. And his army ability, Gorbad's Wah! I just realized we didn't look at any of the new orc units. Alright, so now this time let's go ahead and let's get Gorbad in here. He's got his Warborn Nala. They got some other ones in here. Also, I think Wurzag had his starting location moved. Trying to see. I think there is a new... So, Black Orcs are different now. So, the regular Black Orcs we used to have are the Great Weapons ones, and now they have regular Black Orcs here, which are Axe and Shield Infantry, which is interesting. I think there's some other units here. I don't like ever using the Spider units, because, ew. Like, the only exception can sometimes be, like, the big Arachnox spider, but only because it can be a very strong unit. That's right, the bolt thrower is new. That's the new, that's the original Round Goblin bolt thrower. Now, when it comes to other new units, this is the big one right here, the Mangler Squigs. I gotta show these guys off. This is insane. And then we have the Colossal Squig. That's new. The big Arachnox Spider Flinger. And then there are those things there. The Lava Arachnox Spider. I think that's for a different faction that gets access to that, so...
So not that many new units, but some of them can be pretty good and pretty crazy. If you guys think that, if you guys thought the animations for the Nurglings was an amazing feat of animation, wait till you see these squigs here. These Mangler squigs. Oh my gosh. Alright, everybody line up. Alright, so. We have the Colossal Squig. Look at this big fella. Look at this big boy. Gross. We have the Acid Burpa. We have this thing. Not fond of that. The Bolt Thrower. The big man himself. Morglor the Mangler. Orcs are the best. So I'm guessing that's what he gets in his quest battle, that axe right there. Here they are, guys. Look at these things. I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here marveling at this. Like, again, the Nurglings was a very impressive feat when it came to the folks who are in, like, who work on the animations for the units. Like, the Nurglings was one of those most impressive things I've ever seen. This, though, this might be better. I'm not entirely sure, because I think what they did with the Nurglings is extremely impressive. But this right here, just look at this. I can't imagine how many hours it took for them to work on this alone. That's amazing. But yeah, that's basically it when it comes to those, I think there are a couple of others that maybe I'm forgetting about. But those are the ones I really wanted to show off. Just holy moly.
In the name of Magnus.
On brutality and cunning equals winning.
Alright, I think we have, yeah, I went over all this. Alright.
You know, that Gorbad guy, he's pretty smart. For an orc. He's almost as smart as that guy from 40k named Golguts. In fact, he might be just as smart. We should put the two of them in the room together. They get a lot done together.
Look, the Orcs are my favorite faction in 40k, okay? So I love the Greenskins in this.
In the fires of battle, a mighty war boss was forged. One of guile and cunning, where others know only brutality. No force can best this green tide. The annihilator of armies. Destroyer of empires. Gorbad Ironclaw now claims his place as the greatest of all war bosses.
Get ready for proper mayhem, lads. More claws itching for some mangling.
So he actually starts off at Black Crag. Well, isn't that interesting? Remember, this used to be the starting location for the Greenskins back in Warhammer 1. For our Black Orc buddy up there, who's up there now. But this is now Gorbad's place. For a moment I thought Iron Rock was. Nope, Black Crag is. Unlock special tactics provided by the plan and equip them to your armies to grant them bonuses and abilities. Smash through enemies and settlements, increase your tribe's reputation level to receive faction-wide bonuses, and unlock the Call to War button. Yeah, very similar. Yep, scrap underway. None of that has changed. The plan is the big thing here. Equip any tactic in the plan panel. Gorbad Ironclaw is a renowned warfare expert among orcs, making use of various ragtag greenskin units as part of special tactics that he deploys to his armies, which he calls the plan. Alright, so where is the plan? Plans. The more Gorbad Ironclaw's legend grows, the greater the wily warboss's capacity to use his un-orcish battle tactics and dispense them to his generals. Plans are earned with every battle won by Gorbad Ironclaw. Plans are used to equip tactics from the plan to armies for limited periods of time via their army detail. Oh, okay. So first, let's get this guy into the army here. Here we go. Each lord in Gorbad's faction has access to the plan via their army panel, allowing their army to equip powerful tactics. Equipping a tactic requires plans. Plans are earned each time Gorbad himself wins a battle. All lords start with one equipable tactic slot and can unlock another 2 as they increase in rank. Selecting a tactic slot opens the plan panel. Here we go. So, Gorbad's boys, light them up, herd mentality, not net them up, block and smash, aura catcher, power of the war, shoot the runts, regimental, a little won't hurt, rain parties, web weaving. So, these are things that we can go ahead and equip if we want. The plan panel allows you to browse all available tactics and equip them, and track and unlock their progress. Selecting tactics within this list lets you see their effects, or if locked, displays their unlock requirements and progression. Each tactic requires a certain combination of units to be in the army before it can be equipped. If an army does not maintain the required units for an equipped tactic, it will then be unequipped. Tactics can provide benefits to certain units, characters, or the whole army. Gotcha. Tactics are equipped for the selected slot via this button, spending your plans. If a slot is already equipped with a tactic, you can switch or unequip it instead, but doing so will place the unequipped tactic on cooldown for a number of turns. Tactics stay equipped for a limited duration, but as lords increase in rank, their duration increases, eventually allowing tactics to be equipped indefinitely. There are 3 quality tiers of tactics. Higher tier tactics are stronger, but have harder requirements to unlock and longer cooldowns once unequipped or expired. Interesting. So those are the big plans. And then we've got bigger strategies. Drag the battle wagons. The Black Battalion.
Stomping ground. Getting sneaky. Earthquake. Fungus farms. Keep bossing. Shot in the dark. Loaded puppy pilots. Eat the runs. Stick 'em like pigs. The Alpha Armor. Surprise Savagery. Lead the charge. The greatest warlord. And sneaky rogues.
And then we've got
Master Tactics. Brood Mothers. Gobbo Tent. Sticky Auras. The Master Planner. Heavy Metal Marching. Iron Loading. Keep 'em hungry. Explode the biggin. Fly the smoke. And cut the chains.
So, Gorbad's Boys, which is passive minus upkeep and passive ability for the Orc Boys and Orc Boy units. Here we need 2 archer units and squigs to be able to get flammable attacks for squig herd units, reducing fire resistance, and flaming attacks for missile units. The passive ability, melee defense and damage resistance for squig herd units. Net them up. For goblin infantry units, okay. Block and smash. Damage resistance. Regimental, complete a call to Wa. Okay. What are the ones that involve our buddy here?
The Grace Warlord.
Reputation gained per turn, +3 ward save and perfect vigor. And then we can eventually get the Master Planner, which is Vanguard to plan for all units in army. And unbreakable and immune to flanking for Gorbad. Oh, some of these I'm sure can get really good, really strong. Feral Rage is removed for Feral Wyvern units. I wonder if this has got to be a Gorbad only thing, right? So this would be a Black Orc Big Boss and cavalry units. I was curious if there was anything for Black Orcs, but that sounds like something that would be the case. So is the plan only a Gorbad thing, or is this something that you can use in other Orc leaders? Because I'm just picturing like this could be used for other Greenskin Legendary Lords, like say. Oh gosh, why am I actually forgetting his name at the moment? Gosh, I really have taken a long break from this game to the point where I'm actually forgetting the names of some of these characters. Oh gosh. Like, he was on the screen, I totally just forgot his name for the moment.
No shouting when I'm thinking.
But, like, tactics specifically for goblins, for black orcs, for just regular orcs, and other different types of ones, but different depending on who your legendary lord is. You know what I'm saying?
Dorks Rock.
Gorbad Ironclaw.
I think Wurzag had his starting location moved farther south.
Oi, what's with this big hole in the middle of the field, you gits? Get over here! We're not gonna have some big, gap blocking us from our enemies over here, boys.
Gather the war! Get together, boys! Bunch up your choppers! Watch out! Boys!
I forget if these guys can fire over this, because if they go over here and they can't get to them, this is a great spot for my archers to just... I'm sorry, my aura boys to be able to go ahead and fire upon them. That's great.
All boys! Gorbad Ironclaw!
Maybe more so over here, just to give them this like area of protection. Plus, it also puts them in range, so we can start firing on them right away. They do have a giant. Ah! I ain't scared of these gits. Let's watch the bout throwers in action. Load them up, boys! Load them up with the boats, let's go! Come on, guys, why aren't you firing? Maybe it does prevent them from firing. No, here we go. The Aura boys are able to fire on them now.
Goblin bolt thrower! Discharge shots!
Nope, because then that rock blocks their view. Aww. Okay, move back, boys.
Hey, boys! Let's fight! Yeah!
George!
Down at the war! Gorbad Ironclaw! Things are gonna get weirder! Boys! Let's fight!
Aim for the skies! Gotta go now! This thing's heavy!
Slower! Gorbad Ironclaw! War forever!
Come on. Use it on the giant.
Gorbad Ironclaw!
There we go.
Foot of dogs! Shut us out! Bring us to battle! Disengage! Feel the power! Looking for me? Better! We'll do this!
My body!
And then we just give the entire army more base weapon damage, more armor-piercing weapon damage, and more melee attack and immune to psychology. Yep, that could be really nice. I'm already just, like, picturing this in other, like, tough battles that all of a sudden that just kind of, like, turns the tide. Just, whoa! I know they're called the Greenskins in this game, but sometimes I just can't help but call them the Orcs. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I know there's a Space Marine game, and I know that the Space Marines get a lot of love and attention. Where's my similar game like that, but we get to play as the Orcs? As a war boss? Like, where is my love for the Orcs? Why are the Orcs always, like, the bad guys we have to face in the games as Space Marines. Why can't it be the other way around? Where's my game where we get to play as the orcs? So, of course, we can either slaughter the captives for experience, we can eat them, or ransom. We're gonna eat them for replenishment! Those tasty gits! Alright, now we're gonna be going to Kappa. Going to capture, is what I was trying to say.
Gorbad Ironclaw.
Iron Rock. And of course we loot and occupy. Because of course we do, we orcs. We got Death Pass back. We got ourselves a couple more plans.
I'm the Supreme War Boss.
Not entirely thrilled about these plans necessarily, but then again, this one actually seems pretty good. So it goes on for 3 turns, and it has a 1-turn cooldown. So you don't necessarily want to just use them if you can. You want to save them for, like, if you know you're going to be in a battle within the next 3 turns or so, then you go ahead and do it. Interesting.
Gorbad, destroyer of empires.
I've always loved the Greenskin tech tree. The text here.
Tough footer. Go bigger. Big boss business.
Looks like the tree has changed, though. They have changed it up. Scrap upgrades are now down here, as opposed to just regular ones, and ones that cost 1. I've always loved this one.
I know a guy. He's pretty horrible.
I love that.
Bigger wagons. Gork and milk. War bossing. No complaining. No infighting. But at our ends. Quicker loading.
Wait, where's the, there was one that I always thought that was really funny, where it was, like, called On Second Thought. I'm just wondering, did they get rid of that? I think they did. Oh, that was so funny.
Healy mushrooms.
It was a tech where you could, like, I think it was, like, buffing, goblins. Where at first they're like, oh, maybe they can be better. And then the next one was, oh, on second thought, I don't know what we were thinking, boss. It was really funny. Looks like they got rid of it. I'm sad. Oh, that's sad.
Go bigger. Go faster.
I just love
Lads, lads, lads.
Oh, man. Love it. Love it. Love the greenskins. They're just so fun to play from, like, a role-playing and thematic standpoint. I just love role-playing as an orc.
Invasions done proper.
Innovations done proper.
Look here now, boys.
We do things proper like around here.
We can recruit war mobs. Okay, so this hasn't changed. This is basically the same as before. There's the lava arachnok spider. And here are the scrap upgrades.
Padded shields. Better blades. Big better boys.
Of course, regiments of renown. Oh, looks like some of the buildings have changed a bit. Oh, it's okay. This has changed because they added this building so you can be able to get the Colossal Squig. That's one of the things that's changed here. Also, it looks like we have a full-on goblin building tree right here. Like, the icon here is different. Because I think they used to be combined in the same thing, but it looks like they've split them up into different buildings. I think. Let's just double-check the building browser here. Deep spider layers, which is how you can then get the arachnok spider flinger. Okay. So it looks like a lot of the buildings really haven't changed. Most of the stuff has really stayed the same here when it comes to how the greenskins operate. Though it looks like this is some of these are now full-on tier 5 buildings. Now, normally what I would be like, okay, I'm going to save this slot here, because I've always hated how limited the slots were for, like, if you want to have all, like, the tier 5 buildings in your capital, you can't, because sometimes there are just other things you need there instead. Which is why I started getting mods that basically expand the amount of slots that I have here in my capital. Like, there are some that can basically make where I can have, like, maybe up to 22 slots, so I can have, like, literally every building in my capital. So I'm going to hold off on that. Oh, we got a commandment! Recruitment costs, local capacity, income, construction costs, growth.
Let's get control up in here. We're going to have some order in this place, boys. You're going to be listening. Listen real good.
Trust me, I am not the only one that does this whenever I play as the greenskins of this game. I know at least one other person that also loves to do the same things, because he also loves the orcs, like I do. Grimgore, that's his name. It just came back to me. I was talking about, like, I wonder if Grimgore has his own separate Deplans panel here. You know, like his own, like, tactic panel here. Like, if this is something that's unique to Gorbad, okay, but... In fact, you know what? Before we end this, actually, maybe I'll do a separate video where we take a look at other Legendary Lords, see if they have the effects that these Legendary Lords have. So we'll hold off on that. Okay, that's tier 3 building. Gotcha. But it looks like that's basically it when it comes to the tactics. No pun intended. Or I guess I should say the mechanics involving Gorbad here. I am certainly looking forward to playing a campaign here as Gorbad. And we will be taking a look at a couple of Corn Lords when we return. Stay tuned.